Hello everyone, I am JVN Dr. Muhammad Miraj Alam, Assistant Professor of Economics, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In this session of video, I will discuss about the government initiative on higher education. This is the part of a topic that is status of education in India. Uh, to improve the to improve the quality of education, Government of India doing the effort since a long time to provide the quality basic education, to provide the quality primary education, secondary education. Government doing their best, at least on the policy level. Although the implementation of policy are not going to materialize or not materializing or not giving any fruits of success, it is a different matter. But till now, Government of India have doing regular exercise on the policy level, program level, plan level to improve the level of education, to improve the quality of education of all level of education on school level, on senior secondary level, on higher level as well, right? In this video, I will specifically discuss some of the agencies, discuss about some of the agencies, some of the uh, efforts which is taken by the government during last few years. Okay, now let's look what initiative government to take the improve and if, to gain the efficiency in higher education in India. Right, government is trying to revitalize the Indian higher education system, and for this many initiatives have been launched. Right, let's discuss important among them. NTA, National Testing Agency, 2017. NTA was set up for conducting higher educational institutions. NTA was set up for conducting entrance exam in higher educational institutions, right? Exams like NET, GATE, SSC, and many other competitive exam and academic exam are conducted by NTA. The formation of NTA was based on the recommendation of Ashok Misra Committee on IIT Entrance 2015. Right. It will conduct JEE Joint Entrance Examination, National Eligibility Entrance Test, National Eligibility Test, that is NET, Common Management Admission Test, CMAT, and Graduate Pharmacy Aptitude Test. All these tests are conducted by NEET. It will it will provide diversity and plurality in higher education, right? It will also ensure independence and transparency in conducting the exams. However, it should be ensured that the computer based test should not be lead to further exploitation for the rural student. NEET. National eligibility, NEET stand for National Eligibility Come Entrance Test. It is for admission in medical courses by replacing the plethora of medical entrance test with one national level test. Right. Supreme Court had said that NEET should be the sole basis for admission to the medical courses. There is a controversy that urban and CBSE students will dominate NEET. The government should pay heed to this criticism, right? The Tamil Nadu had claimed that NEET will be difficult for rural and underprivileged children who cannot afford tuitions. In Tamil Nadu, doctors serving in rural areas get weightage in PG admission. NEET will effectively dislodge this system. This controversy brought forward the conflict between fair and a transparent system of admission to curb commercialization of medical education and socio-economic goals of the state, which in the case of Tamil Nadu includes ensuring enough doctors for rural areas. Controversy on NEET had brought the following questions to the limelight. Should uniformity be thrust upon a country with such vast disparity and diversity? Right, the political leadership should iron out the differences and produce suitable admission policy. This task should not be left to the judiciary. Be that as it may, states can't remain insulated from the need to upgrade their education standard. Right. For this was the entrance test for the education, medical education in India. Like that, there is another institution, that is RUSA, Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan 2013. Right. About 94% of students of higher education study in 369 state universities, where less than 6% of students study in the 150 centrally funded institutions. Right. 11th five-year plan 2007-12 opinion that the center's bias towards premier central institutions had skewed funding for these institutions mainly, and thus neglecting state level institutions. Right. State investment in higher education was declining. UGC system of direct release of funds to take institutions bypassing state government also lead to sense of alienation for the states. RUSA tried to correct these biases. The schemes aim at financing state institutions with respect to their governance and performance. RUSA has shown the result in increasing performance of state institutions and changes the way regulators function for the good. State Higher Education Council made medium long-term state perspective plans. Cabinet in 2018 decided to continue the scheme. A renewed focus by the center on RUSA will be success only if it is impartially administered and states are willing to heed to the advice of uh, State Higher Education Commission, right? HECI, Higher Education Commission of India Bill. On the recommendation of Yaspal Committee 2010 for Renovation and Rejuvenation of Higher Education, the National Commission on Higher Education and Research Bill was introduced but was not passed, right? HECI was proposed to act as an overcharging regulator of higher education by replacing UGC, which will maintain academic standards, approving new educational institutions, etc., but with no funding powers. Draft Higher Education Commission of India, Repeal of University Grant Commission Act Bill 2008 was introduced in 2018. Budget 2019-20 proposed to bring bill on Higher Education Commission in this year. The draft bill had separated funding and placed it under MHRD. This was criticized for the fear of increasing political control and reducing the autonomy of universities. The next institution is the Institution of Immense. Right. Around 2005, Times Higher Education World University Ranking and the QS World University Ranking started, and in 2009, Academic Ranking of World Universities started. From India, only the Institute of Science was included in the top 500 every year. This prompted the government to introduce NIRF and the Institute of Immense. Under IOE, UGC asked to select 10 government universities and 10 private ones as IOE. This would be given autonomy in operations. Selected government institutions would be provided with 1,000 crore over 5 years. The Institute of Eminence tag is expected to help them achieve the world's top 500 higher education institutions in the decade and later into the top 100 institutes among the top 550 in the National Institute ranking framework. rankings or in the top 500 in the international rating where eligible. Criticism. Model for the sector remains dependent on the state patronage. Entry into the global education race could now become an overriding concern when many systematic issues are plugging the sector. Funding only for public institutions is discriminatory. Right? Humanities institutions were neglected. uh, Need the transparency in the selection process and the public sharing of benchmark and the guidance. The furor over the selection of Geo Institute, even before its functioning, had attracted many eyeballs and criticism. Separate category to include sectoral institutions like IIM. Right. This was the institutions to which the government of India is given assignment to improve the level of higher education in India. Okay, I think this is sufficient in this part of this video. In next part of the video, I will discuss some other issues related to the higher education in India. Thank you so much for watching this video.